Google just changed how Gmail decides what makes it into the inbox, and it took out thousands of cold email accounts overnight. Emails that were landing in the inbox a few months ago are now going straight to the spam or promotion stop, and a lot of people can't figure out why. Now, look, I run cold email for over 40 B2B companies. So when this happened, I had no choice but to figure out what was going on as fast as possible. And after a lot of digging and trial and error, I figured out what exactly Gmail changed, updated my system around it, and got every single one of our clients back to landing in the inbox. So in this video, I am going to save you all that hassle and just show you exactly what we did to beat the new Gmail algorithm. So your cold emails can land in the inbox, get opened, and actually get you replies. So first, let's talk about what Google changed. For years, so much of the cold email world ran on cheap Gmail mailboxes that came from what people call panels. These were all legacy accounts, plus education and non-profit accounts that Google gives out cheap or free. And resellers will pretend to be a school or a non-profit organization to create hundreds of thousands of mailboxes and sell them off. Over the last few months, Google has been deleting those panels in waves. So a ton of people woke up with their mailboxes gone overnight and their campaigns dead. That's why the price you pay per mailbox is now a warning. Plenty of people got used to paying around $1 per mailbox, when a solid one should cost you $5 or more. So anything priced way below that is coming usually from the exact panels Google is trying to remove right now. And that means you are building your whole system on accounts that can disappear any day. But the bigger change is how Gmail decides where your email goes in the first place. Google upgraded its filter. So now their AI reads and scores your email first, and then decides whether you land in the primary inbox, the promotions tab, or spam. And what almost nobody adjusted to is now Gmail scores every email per person based on your history with each individual recipient. So the exact same email can land in the inbox for one person and in spam for another, which means Gmail is grading your relationship with each person you email more than the actual words you wrote. Now the penalty for getting any of this wrong got a lot more harsh. It used to be that your email just went to the spam folder. Right now, if you fail basic requirements or too many people flag you, Gmail can reject your email outright. So it never gets delivered at all, not even to spam. But before Gmail even looks at your reputation, you have to clear the basic checks it now requires. These matter most once you are sending at scale, because anyone sending 5,000 emails a day or more to Gmail gets put in a stricter category Google calls a bulk sender. And at high cold email volume, that's you. The main check is proving you really are who you say you are when you send. And you do that with 3 settings called SPF, DKIM, and DMARC. If those are missing or set up wrong, Gmail can reject your emails before they get anywhere. So this is the bare minimum you need to set up. Now, if you'd rather not set all that up manually, I'll leave a link at the top of the description where you can get started with Smartlead, of course, for free. It's the all-in-one cold email platform I use. And when you create your domains inside it, it sets up your SPF, DKIM, DMARC, so you don't have to mess with any of it. Anyway, let's keep going. Once you have that set up right, the thing Gmail actually scores is your reputation as a sender. And the single number that decides it is your spam complaint rate. To give you an idea of how much reputation matters, senders with a high reputation land in the inbox around 95% of the time, while senders with a low reputation only land around 42% of the time. Your complaint rate is just the percentage of people who mark your email as spam. And of course, Google wants to keep it under 0.1%. To put that in perspective, 0.1% is one person hitting the spam button out of 1,000. So on a cold email campaign, it only takes a few spam complaints to put you over that number. And once you cross 0.3%, Google can basically stop your emails from reaching anyone until you get that number back. So with a number that important, you want to make sure you are consistently checking it. Let me show you how. Google has a free tool called Postmaster Tools. And once you connect your sending domain to it, it shows your own spam complaint rate and whether Gmail currently sees you as a healthy sender. So you can check this every week and know exactly how you are doing before you scale a campaign. From there, protecting that number is mostly about keeping people from ever wanting to mark you as a spam in the first place. The biggest thing here is who you email, because a small relevant list gets way fewer complaints than a huge random one. For one of our recent clients, we went from about one positive reply for every 200 people to one for every 10, as you can see exactly here. And a list that specific barely gets any spam complaints because the message actually fits the person, so they have no reason to hit the spam button. The next thing is to make the unsubscribing easy, because when someone can leave with one click, they usually just unsubscribe. And the spam button is the one that actually damages your reputation. Also, keep your list clean so you are not emailing dead addresses, because too many bounced emails lower your reputation too. The way I do this is by using Smart Prospects, which is inside Smartlead. The leads come already verified, so that saves me from running everything through a separate tool to catch the bad email addresses. Something important is getting people to engage. So your reputation decides whether Gmail accepts your emails at all. But whether you land in the inbox instead of spam comes down to engagement. And like I mentioned earlier, Gmail is scoring you per recipient. So it's watching literally what each person does when they get your email. The signals that help you are opens, of course replies, someone stirring your email or moving it into their primary inbox. The signals that will hurt your reputation are people deleting your email without even opening it or marking you as a spam. Out of all of those, a reply is the single most powerful signal you can get. Gmail reads it as a back and forth between two people, and it starts trusting that people actually want to hear from you. A reply is so strong that it can even move you out of the promotions tab and into the primary inbox. So what you want to do is get replies coming in as early as you can in a campaign. The easiest way is to email the people most likely to care first, since a relevant, well-targeted person is more likely to write back than a random one. And make sure you write the email in a way that actually invites a reply, with a simple question at the end instead of a hard pitch for a meeting, because a low pressure question is a lot more likely to get a response. This is also what warm-up is for, and you can't afford to skip it in a new domain. A brand new domain has no history, so Gmail treats it as guilty until proven innocent and assume anyone sending volume from it is a spammer. Warmup fixes this by sending emails back and forth with a network of other inboxes that open and reply. So the mail sees a track record before you ever send a cold email. That's why you start slow and never turn your warm-up off, because you are constantly giving Gmail the engagement signals that keep your reputation and domain score healthy. So the email that lands in the inbox now are the ones that read like a normal message a person will actually send. Keep it short, one idea, and written the way you will actually type it to a single person. Of course, make sure you remove anything that looks like marketing, get rid of any images, multiple links, and tracking pixels, because that's how Gmail spots and sorts you into promotions. Once your email is written and your setup ready, don't hit send yet. And look, Smartlead has a tool called Smartlead that sends your email to a group of test inboxes and shows you exactly where you land, whether that's the primary inbox, promotions, or spam. So before you ever send to your actual list, you can see if Gmail is putting you where you want to be and fix your copy or your setup if it's not. I run this on every campaign before it goes out, because it's a lot better to catch a deliverability problem on a test that burn your whole list, finding out the hard way. So if you want to stay ahead of everything Gmail is doing to cold email, you can try Smartlead for free by clicking the first link in the description. It's the platform I use across all my clients, and it handles all the deliverability stuff for you, like setting up your authentication, warming up your mailboxes, and running placement tests so you know you are landing in the inbox before you start any single campaign. So again, you can start using Smartlead by clicking the first link in the description. And if you want to see exactly how you can send thousands of email without landing in spam, then check out this video next.